Hello Tigers, and welcome to the TMNtv newscast for Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. Stay tuned for the latest news at Fort Hays State University and around Northwest Kansas and the nation. I'm Lexi Gross, and Jenna Hawley will be here shortly with a look at what's going on around the globe, and Haley White will fill you in on what's happening in the sports world. But first, here's what's making news in Tigerland. The talk continues about turning the week preceding finals into an official dead week for FHSU students. Student Government Association President Brad Demers told the SGA at last week's meeting that he has been working during the summer on a policy that will be represented to the Faculty Senate in the near future. According to TMN reporter Corey Lynn, Demers told senators it is unique FHSU does not already have a policy in place that says whether or not the university recognizes dead weeks. Demers said no matter how the final vote turns out, it at least clarifies FHSU's stance on dead week. Many universities in the U.S. use a dead week the week prior to finals each semester to allow students to focus on studying for final exams. No large projects, assignments, or tests are allowed during that week. The sorority community at FHSU grew by several members recently with bid day on August 23rd. TMN reporter Carissa Brown tells us more about the event.
FHSU sororities welcomed their new sisters on campus last week. Friday was the traditional bid day and the end of recruitment week. Bid day is a special day not only for the new members, but for returning ones as well.
This is my second year in the sorority, and last year I went through recruitment, and so just being recruitment counselors who are technically unaffiliated throughout the week, so it's just as kind of like us being able to go back to our sisters, and for the P&Ms, our potential new members, to just have a really rewarding situation.
After a week filled with activities, each potential new member received a letter from one of the sororities offering them a place in their chapter. Current members dressed in themed outfits and cheered while they waited to welcome their new sisters. The day was filled with lots of hugs, cheering, and even tears as the new members ran home to their new sisters.
You watch them grow throughout the week. They come in so nervous, I know that we all did, and then in the last day they're really truly being themselves, so it's really cool to see.
The new members will belong to their sororities for life, but will spend the next 4 years as an active member of their FHSU chapters. For Tiger Media Network, I'm Carissa Brown.
Members of the Diocese of Dodge City were in Hays late last week to connect with Catholic students. The group had met with students at Bethel, Wichita State, Emporia State, KU, and Kansas State, with FHSU being their last stop. According to TMN reporter Cora Tessette, the group was in town to spread the word about opportunities the ministry offers, including summer mission trips. For more on the visit, see Cora's story at tigermedianet.com. An event designed to welcome college students to downtown Hays saw a large turnout once again this year. On August 27th, the annual event featured students from FHSU, NCK Tech, and Hays Academy of Hair Design walking from the quad to downtown Hays for entertainment, prizes, and more.
On Tuesday, students from FHSU, NCK Tech, and Hays Academy of Hair Design met on the Memorial Union patio for the annual March to Maine. The students were led down 8th Street by the cheerleaders, Tiger Debs, and marching band until they reached Main Street. Every student received a goodie bag. These bags contained various coupons from downtown businesses and sponsors. Throughout the night, $4,000 in prizes were given away. Prizes range from gift cards to baskets full of goodies to even a flat-screen TV. These prizes were made possible by downtown businesses and event sponsors. On September 13th, DHGC will draw for an additional $1,000 in prizes. These prizes will be available to students who use their discount cards found in their bags at local downtown businesses in the next 2 weeks. To add some action to the event, the FHSU Center for Student Involvement brought outdoor games. These games included giant checkers, giant Connect 4, giant Jenga, and cornhole. This provided an opportunity for students to get connected with different students from the various colleges. During the event, Miami Over Moon, based out of Wichita, Kansas, took the stage multiple times to play covers of their favorite tunes and even songs that they have produced. Overall, this event was a great way of welcoming students who chose a Hayes College to Hayes America to get to explore the downtown area and make great memories with friends.
Thanks for that report, Carissa. A longtime university employee who was tasked with capturing the FHSU tradition year after year has retired. Mitch Weber, who served FHSU for 32 years, retired last week. He was celebrated with a large reception in Hammond Hall. Hundreds of friends, family, and coworkers filed into the hallway to wish Weber good luck in retirement and thank him for his numerous years of service to the university. When we return from this short break, Jenna will be here with news from around the globe.
My name is Allie, and I'm a senior business major at Fort Hays. I love working for TMN. It has made me a more experienced photographer and really helped me professionally due to all the changing environments and the different opportunities. I've also been able to meet and talk to a lot of people, which has helped bring me out of my shell.
Hello Tigers, I'm Jenna Hawley and here's what's happening around the globe. Hurricane Dorian left a path of destruction in the Bahamas late Sunday through Tuesday. The storm slammed into the Bahamas with gusts of wind up to 220 miles per hour and a 23-foot storm surge. The eye of the storm made landfall in 2 locations, with Great Bahama Island suffering an onslaught from the storm that few places on Earth have experienced. Between 3 a.m. Labor Day and 5 a.m. Tuesday, the hurricane moved just 30 miles in 28 hours. Up to 40 inches of rain was estimated in some areas. According to the Washington Post, Hurricane Dorian gradually left Florida Wednesday morning and is heading to the coasts of Georgia and the Carolinas. According to the National Hurricane Center, these areas face a triple threat of destructive winds, flooding rains, and life-threatening storm surges. Impacts of Hurricane Dorian are expected to be more severe once it hits the Carolinas. Winds could hit 80 miles per hour around Charleston, while higher winds could hit North Carolina's Outer Banks. The Category 2 storm has expanded in size. The gunman responsible for the deaths of 7 people and wounding 25 others in West Texas previously failed a background check, according to authorities. Republican Governor Greg Abbott said in a tweet Monday, not only did the Odessa gunman have a criminal history, he previously failed a gun purchase background check in Texas. According to USA Today, a neighbor said in an interview with the Associated Press, the gunman was a violent, aggressive person. Odessa Police Chief Mike Grech said the gunman had been fired from work on the morning of the shooting. The gunman was killed in a shootout with police following the rampage that spanned 10 miles. Police have yet to say how he obtained the gun used in the shooting. Last Wednesday, the Trump administration said children of some U.S. military members and government employees working overseas would not be receiving automatic citizenship in the U.S. The policy guidance stated the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services no longer considers children of U.S. government employees and U.S. Armed Forces members residing outside the United States as residing in the United States for purposes of requiring citizenship under INA 320. Amid the widespread confusion over the rule, the USCIS issued a clarification to the rule later that same day. The policy was clarified to explain the rule would only affect 3 categories of people. According to The Hill, these groups include children of non-U.S. citizens adopted by U.S. citizen government employees or service members, children of non-U.S. citizen government employees or service members who were naturalized after the child's birth, and children of U.S. citizens who did not meet residency requirements. Acting Director of USCIS, Ken Kuklini, wrote on Twitter saying people were freaking out over nothing and described the document as a highly technical policy memo used by career employees at the agency. The new policy will not affect children who require citizenship at birth or while residing in the United States, including children born abroad to U.S. citizens who have resided in the U.S. at some point in the last 5 years. The new policy will take effect at the end of October. After 13 weeks of protests in the streets of Hong Kong, the country's chief executive announced Wednesday that she formally withdrew a controversial bill that led to riots and political unrest. Carrie Lam came under fire for pushing an extradition bill that would allow Hong Kong residents to be sent to mainland China for trials. In a Los Angeles Times article, Lam said the government will fully withdraw the bill in order to fully ally public concerns. She said she also would add 2 members to an appointed council investigating police actions, begin talks with the Hong Kong Society, and listen to the recommendations on how to improve the country's government. Washington and Kabul have reached an agreement in principle to withdraw 5,500 troops within months of signing a peace deal with the Taliban. A U.S. envoy said President Donald Trump must first approve the deal before it is official. According to the New York Times, the withdrawal would be the beginning of all 14,000 U.S. troops in the country. Despite progress in talks, the country has seen an uptick in violence in recent months. According to Fox News, this includes a suicide attack Tuesday in the country's capital that killed at least 16 and wounded 119. As reported by the Times, if the Taliban meets the peace accords guidelines, the complete withdrawal would take roughly 16 months. A school attack in the central Chinese province of Hubei left 8 children dead. The attack took place Monday in an elementary school in Ishi City. According to a statement released by the local government, a 40-year-old attacked students at the school. 8 children were killed and another 2 were injured. According to CNN, no details were given on the students' injuries or their ages. The local government is providing psychological counseling to students who are injured or witnessed the attack. That's what's happening in the news world this week. Stay tuned for a sports update with Haley White when we return.
Tiger Media Network is the independent student media organization here at Fort Hays State University. It encompasses audio, video, print, photography, digital news. There's a little bit of everything at TMN.
They offer so many different events, opportunities, just so many different things to go out and do and learn so that you can make a more compelling story and just help develop you as a storyteller.
I toured this facility and I saw this radio station and then the TV studio, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I definitely need to be a part of. Here, you know, I was instantly able to make my own content, being able to broadcast my own shows.
If you have a passion about sports or about news, it doesn't matter. You can come here and you can work from day one and get that experience that demonstrates your ability to be a professional in the media industry.
Hello Tigers, I'm Haley White bringing you a sports update. Back-to-back MIAA champion FHSU football will kick off the 2019 season Thursday night with a conference game in Warrensburg against Central Missouri. The Tigers enter the season ranked number 11 in the AFCA Top 25 poll and number 8 according to D2Football.com's Top 25. This is the second year in a row FHSU will open its season against the Mules. During last year's meeting, the Tigers survived after trailing 16-6 with just 5 minutes left to play. Fort Hays capitalized on a UCM fumble and rallied on a pair of late touchdowns to ultimately beat the Mules 20-16 in Hays. Since the contest is part of the NCAA D2 Showcase, Tiger fans can watch from home by visiting FHSU Athletics Facebook page or on local channels of Next Tech 109 and 609 and Eagle Communications channels 204 and 601. Both FHSU cross-country teams opened their season at the Sam Plum Alumni Open in Victoria during the weekend. Senior distance runner Reed Rome paved the way for the Tigers as he finished the 5K in nearly 16 minutes. Finishing only seconds behind for the Tigers were Sept Westiende and Robbie Schmidt, who collected times of 16:02 and 16:03. It was Abigail Stewart who led the race for the FHSU women, finishing the 5K course with a time of 19 minutes and 39 seconds. Tessa Durnell was the second Tiger to finish at 19 minutes and 54 seconds. FHSU will return to action Saturday, September 14th at the Bronco Stampede hosted by Hastings College in Hastings, Nebraska. Other FHSU matchups coming soon include volleyball's season opener in the Eagle Classic this Friday and Saturday in Chadron, Nebraska. The number 3 men's soccer team will kick off its 2019 season with a match against Rockhurst on Thursday evening in Hayes. Women's soccer will open the season on the road for 2 matches against Sioux Falls during the weekend, beginning Friday at 5 p.m., followed by a Sunday match at 12. Tennis opens against Hastings for the second year in a row Saturday at 1 p.m. in Hayes, and women's golf wraps up today at the Central Region Fall Preview. As week 1 of the NFL regular season approaches, one of the most followed stories in the league has been if the Dallas Cowboys would have their all-star running back Ezekiel Elliott to kick off the season Sunday against the New York Giants. The running back did not attend training camp or any games during the preseason, and it was up in the air if he could agree to the terms of any contract prior to the season opener. It was released early Wednesday morning that the Cowboys and Zeke have come to terms on a 6-year, $90 million contract extension. The deal guarantees Zeke $50 million, which is the most for an NFL running back, not only surpassing Rams running back Todd Gurley's $45 million contract, but Zeke is now the highest paid running back in NFL history. It has been made official that Kansas City Royals owner David Glass has agreed to sell the franchise to the businessman John Sherman for more than $1 billion. When asked about his decision on selling the team, Glass said in a news release it was difficult for his family to make the decision. However, he was happy to see the Royals go in the hands of somebody who genuinely loves the game. Glass also stated Sherman was exactly who they were looking for in a new owner of the franchise. That concludes this episode. Stay tuned next week for another episode of TMNtv. To stay up to date on the latest news and information throughout the week, visit tigermedianet.com. Until then, remember, roar Tigers.